to mathclicks.com Rules of Divisibility. Alright, so I know that we all love fractions, right? But sometimes fractions don't love us back. Well, in that case, to make things less complex, we like to simplify the relationship. So let's take this big honkin' hairy looking thing over here. We love fractions, but this fraction does not love us. So how can we make things simpler? Well, we want to find a number that we can divide into the top and the bottom to reduce the relationship to something smaller and easier to work with. Well, we can try out some numbers, right? Using our long division skills. Let's say, 37, right? That makes sense. Okay, well, 37 divided by 2 goes over here. So that's 60 plus 14 is 74. Then just, oh, you can see where this is going. Is there a simpler way? Yes, there are rules of divisibility. So we want to use maybe a smaller, simpler number. Even 2 divided in long division will still make life a little difficult. And do we even know if 2 it goes into it evenly, or are we going to have a remainder? Oh no, it's turned out to be ugly too. We don't want ugly remainders. Well, there are rules we can simplify the relationship by easily. Let's take 10, 5, and 2. Well, and then we can, oh, hey, it's my birthday. Oh, okay. So, for rules of 10, 5, and 2, we can look at 10 first, being the easiest one. Any number that ends in a 0 is evenly divisible by 10. So we can look at our numbers here and say, oh, well, we can reduce this top one by dividing it by 10 and the bottom one by dividing it by 10 because it ends in 0. A similar rule for 5 is that if the number ends in 0 or 5, then it also is divisible by there. Think 25 divided by 5 is 5, right? Or 20 divided by 5 is 4, right? Ends in 0, ends in 5, both of them work out. And then there's 2. Well, any number that is even, meaning it ends in a number of 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, 2, and so on, it also is divisible by 2. So right off the bat, we know both of our numbers are divisible by 10, 5, and 2. Oh, there they are. So what about our next block? We're going to say similar rules are for 3 and 9. Well, let's look at 9 first. If all of the individual digits in the number add up to a smaller number that is itself divisible by 9, then the whole larger number is divisible by 9. And then by proxy, divisible by 3. But if it's divisible by 3, it's not necessarily divisible by 9. And I'll show you what I mean. So what are our digits? 9, 1, 4, 4, and 0. So 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 0 equals 9 and 1 is 10, 10 and 4 is 14, 14 and 4 is 18, and 0 changes it not. So 18. Well, we can see that 18 is divisible by 9, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. So therefore you can see that it works both for 3 and that, but let's get a number that we know is not divisible by 9. So take 12, for example. 12 divided by 3 is 4. But 12 divided by 9 is 1 with 3 remaining. Well, that's not a whole division, so that's our proof here. 1 plus 2 equals 3. That's its test for divisibility. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So if it's divisible by 9, it is therefore by proxy also divisible by 3, but not quite the other way around all the time. Well, let's test our bottom numbers to make sure it holds true. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Works for the bottom too. All right. The next number we want to look at is 6. 6 is pretty simple. If the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then it's divisible by 6. So we look at the rules for 2. If it ends in an even number and the sum of its digits are divisible by 3, then it's also divisible by 6. Pretty simple, right? So that leaves us with 4, 8, and 7. Well, 4 and 8 we have rules for. 7 is a mystery. It's a mystery. If you can come up with a rule for divisibility by 7, ye shall be famous. So, I'll leave it up to you, future mathematician, famous person. But for 4 and 8, it's already been figured out. 8, if we look at the last 3 digits in our number, and they themselves are a number divisible by 8, then the entire number is divisible by 8 evenly. For 4, the similar rule is the last 2 digits of the number have to be divisible by 4. So let's take 440. This one takes a little more work, where we probably will have to do our long division. 8 goes into 4 not once, so 44 5 times. 40, say 4 and carry the 0, and 5 again for an even 55. Let us look at the last 2 digits. Or let's first check our bottom number. Our last 3 are 80. 0, 8, 0 is 80. 80 divided by 8 is 10, even. So let's look at 4. 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10, even. 80 divided by 4 is 20, even. All right.